Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to, I'm just going to keep calling it Truck Time. Truck Time and Time with Jesus. Truck Talk. Whichever you prefer. Obviously I'm on my way home because I'm not in work clothes or I'm not sitting in the back of a truck. So that's always good. Until the next few weeks, and then I'll be on for about 6 days and pushy. But got to be grateful for the extra work, grateful for the job, grateful that I'm working, grateful that I have a car. I'm thankful, very thankful to just have life. What do you mean by life? I'm glad you asked. See, I'm always glad somebody asks these questions. What do I mean by life? I have eternal life today. And yesterday I didn't. Because today's a new day. Could I possibly screw up to where I could be left here? Yes. I truly believe it. Because your heart and your mind, if it's not connected, I don't know if I ever did a teaching on that. The Lord gave me your heart and your mind, always keep it locked as one, and it's impossible to sin. And I was like, impossible. And it was a great teaching. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I ever did it on here or not, but if I haven't, comment, and I'll put it on here, because honestly, I really think that was one of the better teachings that it made me really look at life and look at Jesus more than I was. I mean, it was an earlier on teaching that he gave me. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what stage of a walk that you're in with him, whether you're new to him or you've been traveling down that falling asleep pathway, or you are on fire for him still after years and years and years. You know, I don't see too many people that I run into that is on fire for him after years of it. I could speak about my wife. I know she is, because I know the love that she has for Christ. And, I could think back years ago, when I heard people say, I love Jesus more than I love anything, I'm going, how is that even possible? And I knew people that didn't go to church, but their wife did, or their girlfriend or whatever. And we didn't go to church, obviously. And he would get so mad. He's like, it's almost like she's cheating on me with somebody else, but not. And I sat there in a truck one day. Even now I'm laughing, because I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And he's like, she talks about Jesus all the time. It's always about Jesus. Oh, I love Jesus. I love you, of course, but not as much as I love Jesus. He goes, isn't that kind of like she's cheating on me? And I'm like, now granted, people, this was way back. I was like, she's cheating on you with an invisible person. Most people get upset because they find out that their spouse or whatever is cheating on them with an actual person. See, I look at it different. I don't care how well you treat somebody or how rotten you treat somebody. If somebody's going to do it, they're going to do it. But what causes them to do it? Is it insecurity of themselves? Are they insecure? Or is it just something that, I don't know. I try not to even understand stupid. But now I flip this. And I flip it back, how godly is a person? Now, we know the Bible says for adultery, you can separate and God wouldn't hold it, but he also, what does he speak about? Remarrying. Is that going to keep you out of heaven? I would probably say no, because if that's the case, I'm not going to heaven, because I've been remarried. But I divorced because wasn't even the fact out of 24 years that, according to her, I was the cheater. That's all I ever did on her, and that was by far not the case. It's kind of hard to cheat on somebody when you're at work at crack of dawn, and then you would go and do business that you were running, which at that time I was doing landscaping. And people, I mean, I'd be out to 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I'd come home, get a shower, and try to spend time with the kids or whatever. It's kind of hard to cheat when, first of all, it's not in my blood. I'm not that type of person. I never have been that type of person. I don't see the sense in it. It's kind of stupid in a way. But now you can flip it back. And yes, when I was on the computer, like I said, you get on them stupid pages and you shouldn't be on it, but it become a habit. It really did. I mean, I'm not going to go in the other direction of it because that'd be a lie. And it was like, to me, like, big deal. So you look at it and go, is that not the same as, I mean, yeah. But when you're separated or you're really not even together, what difference does it really make at that point? I mean, heck. I mean, I know at times there was multi-people. But does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. What one person does not make it right what I do. I know not to do stupid. But stupid just sometimes comes up to me. And I welcome it with open arms. Isn't that a song? But anyways, enough of the goofiness of the past and those type of things. But I'm just saying, we got to be careful how we look at someone and how we judge people, because, like I said, we're going to be judged how we judge people. How we treat people, we're going to be treated and judged in that avenue that we go down. So, I got on this morning and read the comments off the last video. I have not got a chance to reply. I just scrolled down through some of them. The one, man, I'm going to have to go back and read it. I'll definitely reply to him tonight. But, Tracy, by all means, man, I had Zoom for the longest time. I paid for it, so there wouldn't be a time limit on it and stuff. But let me tell you, I hardly ever used it, so I did away with it. I thought about getting it back because of a few people that I actually want to talk to, and I would rather do it that way. But since you have it, if you want to set something up for like a Wednesday towards the evening, I would gather, you're in Jersey. No, New York. You're in that rotten place, Tracy. That place where it's going to flood. And I'm not making it lightly because there's a lot of people that get seriously hurt through all that. And that's horrible. Then again, here I am. I don't know. I don't know why I have the dreams, the visions. I don't know what it is. If there's anything even going to ever come out of it, I don't know. But if that's what God has me doing, then that's what I'll do. At least the little girl's funny. The more I have these, the more stuff that happens to them and stuff like that. And honestly, it could just be the fact of bringing peace to a lot of things. Because in interacting with that child that's in that car that I rescue first, it's like being with Darlene's granddaughter. I don't, and honestly, I'm not even going down that avenue why I don't call her mine, because of a longer story behind that. This is why I don't get that attachment. This is why I didn't want to, because of stupid. And when I say stupid, the devil is stupid. Satan is stupid. Lucifer is stupid. But who's more stupid? Them or us for following such stupid stuff? So I apologize, Tracy. I know you had a few of them on there, and I recall that one because that one was just stuck in my head. Amber, I'm going to reply to it, but I don't know, maybe not, because if you watch this video, but then again, I don't know, because, sometimes people reply back to my comments, and I'm asking questions, but like a few people I've asked, hey, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while, and I never hear anything back. So my thing is anybody even reading the comments that I comment? Because I thought about that today. I was like, is anybody even reading these? Because if not, I mean, it's like, I'm not going to do it. But then I feel bad because I don't, and then I'm like, I don't know, I'm just all over the place. Like right now, I'm just all over the place because I got 1,000 things going through my head and I want to get it all out to you guys. And, but Amber, honestly, there comes a time when you just sit back and you just smile. And I'm like, wow, I don't have, like, Darlene's my best friend. I mean, honestly. I mean, I don't have I don't have anybody that I can really just go, hey, I'm going to run out and we're going to hang out and work out or do something. I don't have anybody like that. And even when I think I'm getting a godly person in my life to talk to about Jesus and devotion and stuff like that, it turns out to be crap because they're so judgmental. Like one guy, I apologized to him because I felt like I should, and but I tried to explain to him why. Because every time I talked to him, it was about, because he was a trainer, so every time I talked to him, it was more or less, hey, are you doing this and this? And I said, man, why do you care so much what man thinks? You're a good trainer. Leave it alone. And, I think he kind of got offended by it because we really don't. I mean, he'll call me back if I have a question or something for him. And, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't think I did anything wrong. But if I did, and I did apologize. If you took it wrong, I'm sorry. But anyways, I was sitting there and I had to go back and I read it again because I jumped down and I was reading that other person's, and sometimes it says, I don't know if it shows up on your guys' end that way or if it shows up the whole conversation, but on my end it shows read more or something like that. I didn't know that until today when I said read what? What are you talking about? And then I pushed it. I was like, whoa. So then I'm thinking, man, how many videos do I got to go back on and read everybody's comments? So did I forget to do this before, or was I doing it before? I don't know, people. And I do apologize. I'm not taking what you're saying lightly. But there could be a reason why I didn't reply to everything, because either A, I never did it, or B, I just forgot. And I forgot to open it up and read everything. I don't know. No excuses. That's the honest truth. But, I mean, I don't even really have the words. I mean, honestly. And no, I'm not doing the whole video on this, but I'm just saying. But, I was like, and I'm not going to quote it, but I'm just going to say what I can remember of it, that you take lunch and you put earbuds in and you listen to the videos, but you don't really listen to nobody else's, but you listen to mine. And I really thought that was like, wow. For a moment, I just sat there for a split moment and went, wow. She spends her lunch. Listen to me, I don't mean to laugh, but listen to me ramble on. I mean, wow. That's very nice. Thank you. I mean, I just don't have the words for it. I mean, it's really like, wow. And I'm saying wow in a good way. Because, like I said, some people question the wow thing, and they're like, you know what that means? But no, I don't know what it means in crazy land, but I know what it means in my world. But, and the fact that you go, then I go back and finish it, because some of them are pretty long and I only get a half hour, which really made me feel good, because I'm like, wow, she spends her whole half hour watching what she can watch. And I'm going, huh. Speed reading. That's awesome. I mean, it's awesome because obviously you're getting something out of it. Otherwise, why would you do that? And the fact that it's like, the funny thing is, lately, for the last couple weeks, and honestly, the last 2 weeks that I know of, it's almost like Jesus has been showing me that people still care. And granted, there's not a whole lot of comments anymore. I think a lot of people gave up. Or was it just the fact that I was replying to them? Now, I do get some emails and stuff like that, and I do apologize. I haven't got a chance to get back to those. But if I'm not commenting on the comments on YouTube, it's probably, you're not probably going to see anything so fast on there, unless it's something that it's really important. And most of the time, I can look at the first sentence of the title of what comes across there, and or I just see it, and I don't have time to open them yet. If you ever see Luke back on here, which I think his is Philippians something, ask him. I bet you he could go on there and look how many emails he sent me that I still have not opened. I've been trying to get to him, and I feel bad, but I know the type of relationship that we have, he understands. And, maybe at first he probably got a little upset going, dang. I've had people say, hey, why are you reading everybody else's and answering them but not mine? Not on purpose. That's when I forget who even told me. You got to hit the newest button, and it brings the newest comments onto the top. Okay. Well, I still forget to do that. But I said this in a couple videos back. Somebody was talking about the tablets, and I couldn't remember. And then as soon as I seen Amber, I don't know how she put it, but she put it like something like, I felt like, oh. Because the way I took it, now, granted, I'm just reading words. But the way I took it, like I've been promising her probably that I was going to do these tablets, or the books the Lord calls them, but they're on tablets. And I haven't got to it yet. Because I'm almost positive, I said, hey, I'm going to do these. And remember I said, on one of the videos, I said, I know somebody was kind of excited about it. And they were like talking about it and can't wait. I believe now it was Amber. See, isn't God amazing how he answers stuff? I got an email. I was actually sitting this morning waiting on them to decide what they were going to do about this load I was supposed to be on, and nobody seemed to know, because every time I go in there, it doesn't have a trailer hooked to the load number, it just has the load number. And then I didn't know that I was supposed to drop off empty and then bobtail 10 miles up the road back to the DC. Okay. That information could have been useful. I think some of their comments, they should comment better in some of the stuff to give you more information. And this is from the guy that never gives enough information. So, yeah. But, so yes, I know where they're at. I got to get them out, because obviously the basement's under construction right now, because I got stuff sitting everywhere. But I'm trying to finish it, because Darlene made it to the point, and she said, well, when you go on vacation again, at least you'll have the basement wrapped up. Because I was working between the basement and the garage. I was going back and forth. And then I started collecting more toys, and then it started that basement took up the majority of my time that I was home because I'm very particular how I like stuff. And then I have a vision of something, and then I want to change it. Like where the Star Wars stuff is, I want to change that. And Amber, I'm getting right back to it. Hold on. And then I go right back to it. Because now I found a couple other things online, but it was cheaper to get it off another website. And so I'm like, man, if I had this other piece that goes with this, because I don't. I got one piece coming, but I don't have the other piece. And then I'm questioning, and then I was questioning it last night, and then this morning, the guy that had two of them lowered the price. And I'm like, $45? I was like, man, that's a great deal. And it's brand new, and it's still sealed in the box. It's a heck of a deal. And that was the one that I needed. I didn't order it yet. I ordered some stuff that I've been going back and forth with, and I can't really say it because it's, oh my gosh, this guy is we're about to crash. Yeah, that's nice. It amazes me when these people get on the expressway and they stop. I mean, literally stop. It must be a Columbus thing. I mean, I've seen people get on and creep, but not just come on and stop. It's mind-blowing to me. But, yeah, so she knows I've been buying stuff and ordering stuff, and I even told her, don't even look at none of the boxes that come in. Don't look at the names on it. And the crazy thing is, I don't want to put it on the credit card, but if I put it on the checking account, then she sees it. Then it kind of ruins that surprise. So then when the card payment comes in, we just pay it off. But, you know, they say there's more than one way to skin a cat. I guess that's how you do it. So what I'm going to do is, when I go home, I'm going to dig out. Like I said, I'm just going to reach in there. Amber, I think you've seen them online that day. I don't know if we did a live thing or if it was on Zoom. I don't remember, but we were showing them. So you know there's quite a bit. So I wouldn't know which ones to really start with. So I'm just going to reach in there, grab some, and bring them out with me and start from there. And then I'll just rotate them out. You know, it was funny because when I first started this, that's what the Lord wanted me to do on them tablets. And I did like a couple videos off of those, and everything else just kept going into the direction where we are today. Like I said, I really didn't think I was going to do these videos that long. You know, I thought it was just going to be something, a few videos here and there, and get these tablets done, and that was going to be it. But the Lord has different plans. So, you know, and it's amazing because the last few weeks, that putting God in the box has been coming back to me more and more and more. You know, because everywhere I'm looking, that's what I see. I see people underestimate God and the trust and the faith. And that goes into that video that I'm going to do about heaven, how to get into, how I believe it's going to be the best way, is how I learned it. Because it makes sense to me. And again, you know, a lot of it I've talked about on here a lot. You know, you got to start with yourself, first of all. You got to start with yourself. You got to examine yourself. You got to look at the people that's in your life. You know, I refused to live anymore in an uncomfort situation. I mean, I just can't do it. And I'm sure even if you asked Arlene, she would tell you the same thing. Because who wants to live unhappy? You know, I told somebody once before, I said, listen, If the only thing I had to worry about is divorce and everything else in my life was right, I'd take that chance. And I'm not putting anything lightly on a divorce or marriage. I believe if God can forgive us of anything and everything, then who are we not to forgive somebody? And I get it. It's hurt. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not making it light of adultery or anything like that. I'm not making anything light about it. But I'm just saying, first thing that I would do, I would look at myself. Am I the blame anywhere in this mess? Could be. You know, and that's what gets me. When people call me a cheater and stuff, and I'm going, I put up with this nonsense for 20-some years. I had every opportunity. Instead, I was the opposite. I went and told her what her friend did. I went and told her friend, boyfriend that I worked with, and I told you guys about that. He ended up trying to set me up on my birthday, and they're all drinking and stuff, and that went over the wrong way for them. And again, I'm not bragging on myself, but back then, I could hold my own. Today, don't really care. You know, watching this Mike Tyson stuff go on, it's just, I don't know if they're ever going to have that fight, but I hope so, because it's getting kind of exhausting. And honestly, everybody has their different view on it. Jake Paul, the YouTuber, and Mike Tyson. Jake Paul's won 10, lost 1 fight. You're talking Iron Mike Tyson here. I don't care how young Jake is and how fast he is and all this stuff. We're talking somebody that knows, breathes, and ate boxing. The man still has a heck of a punch. I'm not saying Jake Paul doesn't. I'm not saying these days I'd even want to get in the ring with Jake Paul. The only thing I don't like about Jake Paul is his arrogance. I can't stand that. Somebody that's so full of themselves. It's a short-lived life. But you got to understand, we are still not to even judge like that. If he wants to be like that, I just don't watch him. If that fight actually happens, I'm only watching it because I want to see Tyson. You know, I think about what Tyson said Muhammad Ali was like an idol to him. You know, I think about Iron Mike, watching him fight. And, I mean, I'm talking before he even got into, like, the heavyweight fights and stuff like that. I'm talking just watching him playing out fight. And I told somebody, I was like, you know Iron Mike was inside the Olympics. And they was like, I don't think so. I was like, I'm telling you, he was. I never looked it up, but I'm almost positive he was, because I remember watching and seeing the boxing thing and seeing him in there. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of somebody else, but I'm almost 99.9% it was him. Then again, I could be wrong. I don't know. But you know what's also cool about Mike Tyson that drawed me to Mike Tyson? The way he talks. I could listen to Mike Tyson talk for hours. I just think his voice is so cool. I mean, it's like the coolest thing to me. If I had a chance to meet anybody, I would want to meet Iron Mike Tyson. I think that would be awesome. Just to get a picture with Iron Mike. I used to have my gloves and stuff, and I always thought, man, if I could get one of my gloves signed by Iron Mike, that would be so cool. And not for money purpose. I mean, just to have them signed, just to have them. But I don't have my gloves anymore. Oh, I got my sparring gloves, but they're pretty tore out. But so, this video really is a whole lot of much of anything, just some more rambling on. But sometime in the rambling, you get a lot of information. If anything, you get to know stuff about me that you never knew. Again, useless information. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe God has a purpose for it for somebody. But you got to look at it this way. You could be watching somebody else's videos that is leading you down the wrong path. You look at so many people that go out and buy, and my second oldest sister is famous for buying Joyce Meyer's books, Joel Osteen, and I'm going, how do they work out for you? Not so well. Why do you keep buying them? All you're doing is making them richer and you poor. And books, obviously, the wealthy ones, to make you wealthy and all that, the only people I see getting wealthy is them people selling you those books for expensive and a lot of money, what they charge for those. Just saying. To each your own. I personally have no desire to read any of those books. I don't care which one of them it is. There's so many of them. More military vehicles. We're about to go to war, people. I think I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm telling you, I've seen war on here on the United States. I've actually seen the Capitol burning and the White House burning. That can't be good. Well, it makes total sense, though, because we got to go to total chaos for a peace treaty, for people to draw a peace. And what a better way to keep Trump out of office? Go to a full blown out war. Ain't nobody gonna change hands in a full blown out war. Maybe they might. I don't know. It depends on how bad the war is. I can't even see that it would even happen. I don't think it's even you're allowed, to be honest. Well, then again, that could be something I heard that just it's not true. So we'll see. I've seen that volcano that erupted. It is amazing some of the stuff people are saying about that volcano. So I'm actually kind of excited to dig into these tablets, because there's a lot of stuff that I even forget what's on some of them. I mean, seriously. So much on those. But God has a purpose, plan, and a reason. We just have to follow it. We just have to be that light in that darkness. So let's just jump in and grab a hold of it and go on. Leg's cramping up. So it's kind of where we're at. Excited to get some videos on this week. YouTube just sent me the weekly updates, about the videos and all that. So I'm just curious to see if anything dropped off, or if anything added, or anything increased to the fact of being viewed more or favored or whatever. Not that it's a big deal, but it's interesting. I like to see where all the people are. One person told me they were literally where they were so close to where the Egyptians were at that time. And I'm just sitting there shaking my head like, wow. That's interesting. I'm trying to figure out what this truck's doing. There's days, people, I just don't even want to get on the road. About to have some road rage. Just kidding. Well, there's something else I was going to tell you guys too. But anyways, hit the video up. Let me know what you're thinking about, what your thoughts are, and maybe we could squeeze something in on that next video I'm getting ready to do, and we'll just go from there. Alright guys, I love you. Hope your weekend's starting out pretty good if you're on break, and you have a very peaceful, blessed, fulfilled weekend. God bless you till the next one.